On two platforms. I'm going live on Facebook as well as TikTok. So, hello, hello, hello. As you are coming in, be sure to let me know where you are tuning in from. I'm Dr. Jessica Houston, founder of the Elite Speakers Institute, where we teach coaches, authors, and speakers how to build authority, how to speak with confidence, and how to monetize their expertise on and off the stage. So, this is a topic that I've been wanting to talk about for a while because it's something that I struggled with for such a long time. I mean, really from childhood, I struggled with low self-confidence, not believing in myself, even though I made good grades. I graduated from high school a year early. I still had a hard time believing in myself. Even though my mom, like people told me I was beautiful, I still had a hard time believing that I was beautiful. And so as a result of that, I settled far too often. And so a lot of people are naturally confident. They naturally believe in themselves. They naturally believe in their abilities. But the rest of us, we get a little nervous. So even now, I've been in business for 10 years, speaking, coaching, consulting. I'm the author of 2 books, professor, you name it. But there are times when I still get nervous. There are times when I still lack confidence, especially when I'm stepping into something new. But before I even get into my teaching, because I'm already ready to rock and roll, I want to remind you all that I am doing a 2-hour workshop this Saturday, right? And it's called Path to Profits. And so this workshop is for coaches, authors, and speakers. And I'm going to be teaching you how to get clarity, how to set yourself apart, and how to generate revenue for your business. It's going to be powerful. Tools, templates, Q&A. I'm right there with you, working with you. It is a workshop. So you are not only working in your business, you're working on your business. So back to my topic. And so what I'm about to say may offend some people, but I'm going to say it. So as a Christian, I believe in God. I have faith in God. I believe in Jesus, right? But at the end of the day, I think that sometimes in Christianity, we put too much of the weight of what we were placed on this earth to accomplish. Oh my God. We put too much of that onto God, and oh, I'm just waiting on God. Oh, God is going to do it, right? I believe in God. But the question I have for you today is, do you believe in you? I'm talking to you too, TikTok, Facebook. Do you believe in you? That is my question. Do you have faith in yourself, or are you stopping yourself from achieving the type of success that you can achieve because you're constantly doubting yourself, because you're constantly comparing yourself? You're constantly wondering, can I do this? You're constantly asking yourself, who wants to hear from me? And how do I know this? Because that was me for so long. I looked at everyone else and I thought, oh, that's easy for them to do, but I can't do it. And I realized that what I was doing was holding myself back because of fear. Because I am also a perfectionist. I call myself a recovering perfectionist. And that would also slow me down because it was like, well, if I don't have it perfectly, I'm not going to do it. And so, what does it take to truly believe in yourself? This is the thing. As long as you're doubting yourself, you're not going to take action. Like, in order to take action, you must have some type of belief that you can accomplish what you're setting out to accomplish. If you don't have that belief, if you start out in doubt, you're not going to take action. Or if you do take action, it's going to be half action and you're not going to get the results you want. And then you're going to say, I was right. No, you were not right. You just started off doubting yourself, but expecting to win. Like, how are you expecting to win when you're starting out in doubt? And so in the field of social work, we often talk about meeting the clients where they are. I believe that you have to meet yourself where you are, right? And so this is the thing. Maybe you have unrealistic expectations. Oh my God. This was me. When I first started out, I'm like, I'm hitting six figures. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I had no idea how many pieces of the puzzle it would take for me to get there. And so then I got frustrated with myself because I was listening to 10 different people. I wasn't getting the results. I was tired, and I thought that it was me, but it wasn't me. It was the fact that I had unrealistic expectations. There is always a starting point. Like, everything in life starts off as a seed. Like, when you're born, you don't come out walking and talking. You got to start somewhere. So it's the same thing with business. But a lot of times we're thinking, oh, I'm about to jump into this thing. And listen, pace yourself. Give yourself some grace. You want to accomplish something big? Start looking at your past accomplishments. Look at the trials you've already overcome. Look at look at the trauma you've already overcome, and start to build yourself up from there. Because 9 times out of 10, you have a track record. You've done something well. I don't care if you don't feel like you got a skill. Everybody has a skill. Everybody has a talent. Everybody has a gift. The key is to actually utilize what has been placed inside of you, instead of allowing it to sit dormant in your belly, in your spirit, because you're doubting yourself. Set your goal. Write that goal down. And this is the other thing I do. I ask myself the question, can I do this? Because I got to take a pulse. I got to take a temperature on whether or not I'm going to really go all in. Because if there is an ounce of doubt, that's going to impede upon my progress. And so, for example, just say you're making $2,000 a month and you're like, I want to get to 10K, right? So you ask yourself, can I do this? If your answer is, I don't know, then file away the 10K goal and say, okay, my next immediate goal is to make $4,000 a month. That's doable because that's basically just duplicating what you're already doing to get to 4,000. And then once you get there, you go to 8, and then you get to 10. So you're not letting go of your desire, but you are getting yourself positioned to believe in yourself enough to actually take action. I hope that makes sense. So this is the thing. Self-belief doesn't have to be a leap. It can be a step. It can be you know what? I'm going to do this. You know what? I'm going to go live. You know what? I'm going to start and write the first chapter of my book. It's all about taking action. I was just on a podcast and the host asked me, like, how have you been able to work through your fears, and accomplish so many things? My answer was this: I continue to push myself to the edge of my comfort zone. That's the only way. Oh God, the people don't want to do that, but that's the only way to get to the next level, is to push yourself so that you will know what your limitations are. A lot of people, they want to stay in their comfort zone, and that's why they're not growing. That's why they're not generating the type of revenue they want to generate in their business. The other thing is, I want to encourage you to not place unnecessary pressure on yourself. When you get that desire in your heart, it is there for a reason. If you want to speak, it's there for a reason. If you want to coach, it's there for a reason. If you want to write a book, if you want to go back to school, whatever that is, that desire is there for a reason. So lean into it, but pace yourself. Understand that it may require that you invest in a coach, that you invest in a program, that you go to a conference, that you pick up books and start to read, that you start listening to podcasts. It's going to require that you put some effort into that goal, into that vision. But you got to first start with what? With self-belief. And this is the thing, you're not going to get better by wishing. You're not going to get better by hoping. Like, the only way to get better is by stepping out on faith and taking a chance on yourself. So again, I want to remind you all that I am doing a powerful training. Like, it really should be at least $99, but it's only $19. Saturday, 2 hours. And when I tell you it is phenomenal, path to profits. You are going to be so clear that you won't be stuck anymore. You're going to be so clear that you're going to begin to generate money. You're going to begin to take the actions necessary. You're going to be able to tackle those limiting beliefs, those money blocks that have been holding your success hostage, by having someone right there with you who is experienced, someone who's wanted to give up, someone who's been through trial and error, someone who's invested tens and thousands of dollars into their business, someone who wants to see you win. Like, that's who you need to be connecting with. That's who you need to be working with. A lot of times I look at some of the people that I know personally, and they will go to somebody who charges $15,000 or $20,000 when I can do the same thing. I can do the same thing for them. But that's their choice. That's their decision, right? But at the end of the day, the truth is, you can only take yourself as far as you can take yourself. So whether you choose someone who is 3-5 steps ahead of you, or you choose someone who is 20 steps ahead of you, you've got to be willing to invest in yourself, invest in your business, and then take action on what it is that you learn. So again, you can go to my website, expectingvictory.com/path to profits. For TikTok, the link is in my bio. Facebook, the link is here. Be sure to share this broadcast. Be sure to share this broadcast, but also be sure to believe in yourself. That's where it all begins.